Hi, and welcome to the tutorial video for the Lulzbot Mini 3D printer. My name is Steve, once again here at the TIG Makerspace in Westminster. I'm going to be showing you how to use this piece of hardware and hopefully get something printed out there for you. So, first things first, what we need to do is actually load up this Cura software. Cura software is a software that we use in order to scale, size, load our model of our 3D scan, and before we actually print it. So what we want to do is actually load our model. In our previous video we scanned a cow. We used a software called Mesh Mixer and took it and revised it a little bit and took that cow, sculpted it so it's actually going to be a pretty good looking cow. So as we wait for this model to load, it'll show up there. All right. So this is what our cow is going to be looking like after we have it 3D printed. And right up here it says this cow is going to take 4 hours and 9 minutes. The whole Lulzbot actually has a capacity to print 6 by 6 by 6 inches cube, but for time's sake we're going to scale that down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is click on the cow, hit the scale button down here, and we're going to make a little small cow there for you. We're going to put that at 0.2. As you can see, it rapidly changed. Now it's only going to take us 13 minutes there to print. So we got our PLA material selected here. That's our plant-based filament. So what we want to do, I'm going to hit File, Print, and it's going to be connecting to the Lulzbot. So we need to come over here and actually turn the Lulzbot on. Real quick there. Simple enough. So what we need to do is actually get the head hot enough so that the filament can be coming down through there and printing into our cow. So we always want to set our temperature at 204 degrees Celsius. So we'll hit set there. It's going to take a little bit to get up to that temperature. Alright, now that it's set at 204, we can actually load our filament into the Lulzbot. So we're going to be using a green filament here. And the Lulzbot actually has a little arm where we can put the filament on. And it's going to come down in through the head so it can be printed out onto the base here. One thing that we want to make sure is do not touch the printer head. Like we said, we just set that at 204 degrees Celsius, so you will get burned, so keep your hands away from the head here. All right. Put the filament on the arm, and then it's going to be coming down right into this little nozzle head here. There's a little hole right inside here. We want to stick our filament right into there. Okay. And then we want to lock it up with this little thingamajig. All right. Now that it's locked, the filament is in there. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we extrude this through the head so we get the filament actually coming out of it. And it gets rid of all the old filament that might have been in there from previous prints. So we come back over to our Cura software. And we're going to hit the extrude button right here a couple times. As we hit it, you should start to see some filament coming out of the Lulzbot head. Alright, there we go. Once it starts getting the color of the filament that we put in there, that green, that's when we can start taking it out of there. So now that we have green filament coming out, I'm going to use our tweezers here. clean up that mess before we start printing. All right, let's clean the head a little bit. Okay, now we're able to start printing. So we want to go back to our Cura software, and it's easy enough. Just hit the print here. We hit the print button, and the Lulzbot's going to actually square itself up. So rather than the the full spectrum laser where we have to manually align the head, the Lulzbot's going to actually align itself. Alright, so off camera, the Lulzbot actually calibrated itself, cleaned that nozzle head, and got the temperature back up to 204. And what it's doing now is doing a trace of what the cow is going to be in. Now as you can see, our cow is beginning to print here. It's going to take a little while. But that's the beginning of the process. Alright, now that our cow is finished printing, it's going to need to cool down for a little bit. So the head's going to come up. The plate's going to slide backwards, and we wait for it to cool down. Alright, now that our print is finished, the bed will actually come forward, and that's how we know when everything's 100% done, and we're going to be able to remove it. So we have this little blade here that we're going to use to scrape it off. So first thing I want to do is just remove the perimeter. Easy enough. Then I'm going to use it as well underneath of our cow. All right. There's our little mini cow. So had the cow been a little bit larger side, we would actually print a support thing to hold the head up there. But that's our finished product. So when using the 3D Lulzbot, the last thing that we want to make sure we do is take out the filament, and everything that we want to do to put the filament in, we want to do to take it out. So we're going to set the temperature at 204 degrees. As that warms back up, then that's when we can remove the filament, put it back in our cabinet. So thanks for watching the video on our 3D printer. This is Steve once again from the Ting Makerspace, and have a great day.